Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. It's midnight over here, but I've just seen the Rodrigo news and we gotta discuss it. So let me sit down. Let's sit down together. So Paris Saint Germain have made initial contact with Real Madrid for Rodeygo Goes, and I mean it's not surprising. I've seen before, we've been interested in Rodrigo, we've been wanting the Paris Saint Germain, but we've just been interested. But now, contacted his camp and everything, and we know that Madrid are looking to sell him. We've seen links to Arsenal and everything. So, the first thing for me, why before when people mentioned Rodrigo is like he's a left winger. Khvicha, left winger, Barcola, left winger. Even Desiree Doué, I wouldn't say he's a left winger, but he's left-sided. I mean, he can play on the right. He's extremely versatile, but I would still say his best comes off the left, with him being right-footed. So, we'll have so many right-footers, and obviously, the thing going into the season is we wanted a right winger that's left-footed. But here comes the interesting part. We did want a false nine, either be a backup to Dembele or someone that's good that can play there. Dembele as well, extremely versatile, can play on the right wing. We know Luis Enrique. When it comes to the attackers, the most important thing. First of all, technical. Rodrigo extremely technical. Dribble, gotta be great at dribbling. Rodrigo's great at dribbling, and obviously he can score and play make. So he fits, and extremely versatile. So he fits exactly what Luis Enrique is looking for in an attacker. He can play false nine, then we can move Dembouz to the right wing. So let's say Rodrigo performs really well, we can have Rodrigo as the false nine, Dembouz on the right wing, and Khvicha on the left wing. Maybe Doué plays in midfield. There's so many different stuff we can do. So I think he's going to be the false nine signing then, because he's obviously not the right wing signing, because he's not left-footed. That was clear. We wanted the right winger that's left-footed because we lack that. I mean, Ousmane Dembele he's not left-footed, he's both-footed, but he's technically the only right winger we have that has a functioning left foot at a high level. So I think it's clear he's going to be the false nine. And I've always liked Rodrigo, extremely humble guy, and great football player. But obviously his time at Madrid has come to an end with Franco recently being signed, Güler getting more minutes, even though it's coming, in the deep midfield zones and everything. Obviously Gonzalo Garcia has been performing really well. Endrick maybe will get more minutes. So yeah, the door is open for Rodrigo to leave. Obviously he's looking to leave, and I think if you told Rodrigo before, we showed interest, if he could decide to go to any club in the world, obviously Paris Saint Germain. The only thing with PSG is the tough competition. We have Khvicha, Bradley Barcola, Ousmane Dembele, Desiree Doué. But as I said before, Desiree Doué may start playing more in midfield next season. We have Gonçalo Ramos, but Rodrigo's better. We will come to Gonçalo. We have Kangeli. We're looking to sell. But this should be the end of Gonçalo Ramos if Rodrigo is that false nine signing. As I said, we were not looking for a left winger this season, and the right winger we were looking for was a left-footed. So the only profile that Rodrigo fits is the false nine. And I think if we sign Rodrigo, that means the end of Gonçalo Ramos. He's the backup. He's not really a false nine. He cannot replicate what Dembele does, but he does something else. We may keep Gonçalo just to have that profile in the squad, but he's gonna get even way less minutes next season if we do sign Rodrigo. Now let's come to the price tag. The reports I've seen linking Rodrigo to Arsenal, I've always seen the price tag of 90 million. That's probably the price tag Madrid are looking for Rodrigo. He has a contract until 2028, so a 3-year contract, strong enough for Madrid, being strong in the negotiation table and wanting what they want. But Paris Saint Germain, I don't want to help Madrid. Madrid, they aren't broke. I like to joke that they're broke, but they do have economical problems, which mostly stems from the 1.5 billion loan they took for the new Santiago Bernabeu 2.0. Maybe they even took some other loans. So I don't want to help Real Madrid. 90 million, that would be one of Madrid's biggest sales ever. Maybe the second biggest sale in Real Madrid history after Cristiano Ronaldo to Juventus. I can't think of anyone else that Madrid sold for more than that. So I don't want to help Madrid, man. I don't want to help Madrid because they're looking for a deep playing midfielder signing. I've seen them links to Stiller. If they get 90 million for Rodrigo, I think the guy that they're gonna go for is Enzo Fernandez. Try to get him out of Chelsea. I think he will be superb for Real Madrid. And 90 million, Chelsea would accept that. Or you know, they bid a little bit more than that and get Enzo Fernandez. So for me, that's the biggest thing when it comes to the price tag. We know Luis Campos, he's cheap. He always wants to lower the price tag of players. So hopefully we can lower it a bit, because as I said, I absolutely do not want to help Real Madrid. What the fuck? There was a cockroach. Mbappe, man. Well, so my opinion about Rodrigo, it's simple. I would take him to Paris Saint Germain. He's a superb football player. Now that Paris Saint Germain are interested in him, you know, as long as he's that false nine profile we're looking for, he would be great. Brazilian as well. I recently put out a tweet because they showed off like Dani Alves, Marquinhos, Neymar, Thiago Silva once at PSG. I was like, yo, we need some more Brazilians, man. We have Marquinhos, but you know, he's getting older. He's gonna leave the club soon. We do have Beraldo, but I mean, first of all, he isn't the best, and second of all, he's a defender. When you think of Brazilians, they're thinking of attackers. Rodrigo fits that mold perfectly. Would give Paris Saint Germain even more PR. You know, Rodrigo, that's one thing with Rodrigo, because he's played at Madrid, he already has so much PR. What I mean by PR, he's very well known, he's very famous. So, you know, if he comes to PSG, scores a banger, well, 433, BR Football, all of these guys will be posting it. But just think about the potential attack Paris Saint Germain could have, because 90 million isn't that much money for us. I mean, we paid 90 million for Randal Colomwani. That, I mean, that's still, that's one of the worst transfers I've seen, man. Genuinely disgusting. Still better than like Coutinho. But yeah, Rodrigo, man. Should we say welcome, bienvenue à Paris Saint Germain already? Because yeah, I mean, Madrid want to sell, Rodrigo wants to leave. Paris Saint Germain are there. Rodrigo would love to come to us. I think Madrid, they would rather sell Rodrigo to another lesser world club, or rather than, you know, the best team in the world who's competing with them for the biggest trophies. Like, they would rather sell Rodrigo to Arsenal than Paris Saint Germain. But I mean, Rodrigo will tell Madrid, I don't want to go to Arsenal. And it's a bit funny as well, if we do get Rodrigo, Arsenal won't get him, so we can troll the Arsenal fans a bit. But yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully guys have enjoyed this video, and hopefully I've made my opinion clear about Rodrigo. You can let me know in the comments down below whether you would like to sign Rodrigo or not, and what's the reason for it. I do understand if people don't want to sign him. 90 million is really expensive. Rodrigo coming off his worst season as well, so his stock should be a bit lower. Like 90 million, we bought Khvicha for 70. Khvicha for 70, Bradley Barcola for like 50. But that's the thing, Rodrigo's a bit older, has done a lot more, you know, won UCL at Madrid and all of that. I don't know about performances, like, he's got goals. He's got goals in big games. That's one huge thing with Rodrigo, who he will help us with. And I think, especially with him coming off his worst season ever at Madrid, I think, when you look at expectations and so on, I think he will be extremely hungry to prove himself at Paris Saint Germain. And Rodrigo, you know, there's always been some similarities with Neymar, already number 10 at Brazil. I think he came from the Santos Academy as well, so Neymar 2.0. Yeah, we have so many Neymar 2.0. Like, Dembouz is some of a Neymar 2.0. He took the number 10 straight after Neymar, plays a bit like him. Khvicha is somewhat of a Neymar 2.0. Desiree is somewhat of a 2.0 Neymar. And then Bradley Barcola is like a Kylian Mbappe 2.0. Scary, man. I've already said who's going to stop us. We get Rodrigo, we get Zabarni, we get some more signings. And that's the thing, the Club World Cup is soon about to end on the 15th. I think that's when the final will be played. So this is when we will see Paris Saint Germain linked to more players. Well, that's been from boy PS Gent. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying these videos. Obviously it's lesser, it's not lesser, I wouldn't say lesser quality, it's still me here, but obviously not the background and all of that. But yeah, that's been from boy PS Gent. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and as usual, allez Paris.